Well, it's a busy day in Canberra, isn't it? We've seen just then National Cabinet strike an intergovernmental response to the NDIS review.
That's right. And speaking to a few government sources in response to what they thought of this National Cabinet agreement today, they're pretty happy with it. So a few takeaways are that we know that there'll be legislation introduced in the first half of next year, and that's to basically bring the scheme back to what it was intended to do. So it was a Julia Gillard era reform to care for, I guess, the most profoundly disabled in the community. We still don't know if there'll be sort of anyone kicked off on this scheme because, as I say, we've only just received this initial press release. It will be made public. That is the entire review tomorrow. So this reform exercise, it's been going for many, many months, and it's essentially trying to sort out a lot of the issues with it. So first and foremost, the NDIS, the cost of it, the ballooning out of control, set to cost $100 billion by next decade. So one of the recommendations that we're expecting is this creation of more foundational supports. And that's just government jargon, really, of providing more services in the community to help those that have less significant disabilities. And we understand today that the states have agreed to that, and especially to increase their funding contribution as well, but that won't kick in for a couple of years. Here's Anthony Albanese.
At the moment, NDIS funding is agreed by everyone, including the review, to be unsustainable. What we want to do, though, is to make sure that the principles in which the NDIS was established, that those people who need that support continue to get it. But for others, it might be that they don't need the full NDIS scheme into the future. So we're still talking about growth here of an 8% growth rate, but for foundational supports, we recognise that for support to be given in a school or childcare setting, there may well be additional costs for the states, and that will be shared 50-50 between the Commonwealth and the states.